All right, everyone, let's get started. We'll probably have more people filtering in as the time goes on, but we are here today at SUU live on, it's not on set, but our location. There we go. We are at the STEM Center in the Geosciences building, 3rd floor at SUU. And we're going to take you on a little tour of the STEM lending library that SUU does in conjunction with SEDC and the rest of our region. So I will introduce you guys to Chris. Hopefully you all know her, and she'll start us on the tour.
So come on in. Remember last week we talked a little bit about how you can check out these kits, and we thought we'd give you a little bit better idea. So Michelle, thanks for joining us. We're here at the SUU STEM Center. We're going to look at some of the STEM kits they have. And so this is the area where they do professional development, and they do some activities here. Okay, and then here we've got the brains behind the whole thing. This is Lynn Hicken, who is a huge help. And she's going to take us back and look at
testing, volume check, testing.
Welcome to the STEM library. Let's go see what we've got in our cabinets. All right. So in the first cabinet, I have these labeled by each of our subjects, which is science, tech, engineering, and math. So the first one is our science cabinet. We have got microscopes that are kid-friendly. They come with slides. I believe they even have some brine shrimp that you can grow and bring to life in there as well.
Can't hear.
We also have proscopes, which are similar to microscopes. They're just like a handheld thing. And then it says like a CSI kit, so you can pretend that you're solving a crime if you want to with those. We have the Rainbow Easy Scopes, which I really like. These are great for little kids.
You'll be fine.
They're little handheld microscopes. They look kind of like an egg, and the kids can just plug it right into their Chromebook, and they'll run this over anything. They can do it over their skin, their hair, their clothes. You could find other samples from nature like leaves, grass, bugs. You could find all kinds of things that they could look at, and it will blow up that image onto the screen of their Chromebook. And so it's a lot easier for little kids because instead of having to look through a tiny little hole and adjusting the focus to their eyesight, this is something that's big on the screen and you can help them to adjust it as well. And the focus is just right here. You just twist the top to get it into focus.
Cool.
The thing that I think is really fun is this Blue Bubbles kit. So what this is you actually put warm water into this container, and then you put in some dry ice, and it creates smoke, and you have to unscrew the top to let it release. Otherwise you're creating a bomb. So you want to be able to let that release. And then the smoke will come out through this tube and out through the hose. And what you do is you create a soapy solution, and there's soap included in here. And you mix that with a little bit of distilled water is best. And you can dip it into there like a bubble solution. And then when it comes out, it'll create a bubble that fills with the dry ice smoke, which is really fun. And if the kids wear the gloves that are included in here, they can actually hold the bubbles without the bubbles popping, which is a lot of fun. And then if they use a finger that's not gloved, they can pop the bubble and see the smoke come out. So it's a lot of fun. Kids really like that.
So Lynn, everything a teacher needs to do these experiments is included in the kits, right?
Yes, except this one you do need to buy your own dry ice.
Okay.
That's the catch on that one. But yeah.
There's always a catch.
Yeah, we just can't store it
I
ourselves. We've got tons of magnifying glasses, and there's a pop bottle launcher. There's these Neuron Spiker Pros, which was a request from Success Academy. So this is something that their high school students are using. Sometimes they would conduct experiments with these. I'm not sure exactly what exactly to do. I know that you can like if you see here, that's like an insect leg, and they do experiments on it. I think that they can make it twitch even after it's been taken.
Reanimation.
Yeah. So anyways, so there's those for older kids. We've got orbiting solar systems, stethoscopes, human anatomy figures. We have a plasma ball that's kind of fun. You can see that's what the plasma ball looks like. So we've just got a lot of fun things in our science cabinet. I'll close that one.
And so this is all grade levels then for science?
Yeah, pretty much. I know a lot of what we have is geared towards younger kids, but anybody can check them out. if there's anything they can use. Okay, next is our technology cabinet. We have a lot of things that are checked out right now. So we have Ozobots, and those are all checked out right now. They're those tiny little robots that you can set on a piece of paper, draw a black line, and it will follow the black line. We have Enobots and B-bots. So B-bots, I'll explain that first. Get it. So this is what a B-bot looks like. And it has little controls here. You put it on a mat, and the mats that we have look kind of like a maze almost, and they have to follow a certain path. And so the kids have to program the B-bot by pushing the arrows to see if it can get through the path on the mat without messing up and going off course. So that's kind of fun for little kids.
They're great. Kids love them.
Yeah, and it's really simple. The Enobots are a lot like that in the way that they look, and it's from the same company. So these are the Enobots, and there's a hole right here at the top where you can actually put a marker down, and we have dry erase mats. You can put a dry erase marker in here, and it can draw. So you can command it with an iPad Pro. We have those that link up to these, and you can make commands for it to draw certain shapes. So that's kind of fun.
That is
Very
cool.
I haven't seen those before.
So how do the kids program them?
It links up to an iPad. And so in iPad, is it
iPad app.
Scratch or Blockly? It's one of those kinds of programs
Right.
where you can just grab different commands that you
Direction
give it.
and
Yes.
speed and
Right,
distance. and- yeah.
exactly. Mhm.
So these come with instructions then for the teachers.
Yes, there are
Okay.
lesson kits in there that have the instructions. Yep. These ones are power tile circuits. If you guys know what snap circuits are, these are very similar, but they're for younger kids. They're a lot more simple. And you can see here that the pieces are pretty basic, but you can just snap them into each other. And there's a booklet that comes with it with instructions on how to make the power tiles do different things. So it's just a fun little tech activity. Let's see. We have Sphero, which is a sphere-shaped robot. And this links up to our iPads as well. And the iPad, you can drive it around kind of like a remote control. And so you can use your finger to make it move. When you drag your finger on the iPad, it'll make this little guy roll around on the floor. And so that's kind of fun. You can create like an obstacle course and see if the kids can get through it.
Program rules well, though. I think you can program them.
These are our thermal cameras. They're kind of like, we had infrared cameras, and I know a lot of teachers borrow our infrared cameras. And these are just the same, except that it's shaped like this. You know, it's a little handheld trigger that can take pictures. So these are kind of fun if you want to check out these, if you have any lessons that you're doing where you need to sense heat. I don't know. There's VR headsets, but they're not that cool. I promise. They're not like the good ones.
They're not
You
the
have,
Oculus.
you have to put your own cell phone in them, and then like you can't push the button, so you have to open it to push the button. So they're really not that great. And then we have some GoPros, some cell phones, and cameras as well.
Do you have those 360 cameras? What are those called? Clint, we have one of those.
Oh, there's
So-
different brands. I
Or,
don't-
I mean, the one that you can take those 360, like to do the story.
We have one.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Awesome. Okay, next is our engineering cabinet. So let's see. Of course, we have Legos. We have Mindstorm kits. We've got rock blocks, which are kind of like Legos, just a different kind of a thing. But still fun with building. We have brackets also. Let's see if I can find the booklet that goes in. So brackets are these plastic pieces where they can build things. They can build little vehicles with the wheels. There's rubber bands in there to create tension to make the car shoot forward. So those are kind of fun. We have 2 makey kits.
Oh, fun.
I don't know if
Those
you
are
guys
fun.
have seen these before.
I've seen them, yeah.
Yeah, so if you look up makey, these are kind of fun. So these are 2 classroom kits. I believe that there's 12 in each one.
Oh, wow.
12 little bits. Anyway, yeah, so those are fun. We also have Turing Tumble. If you don't know what that is, it's supposed to help kids understand how computers work. And so it's kind of fun. It's like, have you guys played Plinko or seen Plinko
Yeah.
on that game show? Anyway, so it's kind of like that, where you put these pieces together and then it drops marbles and then it plinks along, and you try to get it so that it creates a pattern. And there's a book in here that gives them challenges on what patterns to try to create and to see if they can come up with how to make that happen. And then there's like a key at the back that shows you all the answers and how to do it, which is what I use. But it's pretty fun. We also have snap circuits, which are really popular. I know a lot of people check out snap circuits from us, including high school teachers. So those are really cool. And this is the deluxe straw structure kit. Not as cool as all the other things, but if you have kids that like to build with straws, that might be kind of fun.
I could see all sorts of things. So trying to build structures that can hold certain things, or the highest,
Yeah.
all sorts of things for kids to try and figure out.
Yeah. All right. Can we squeeze back here?
Yep.
Now here's our math cabinet. And I'm sorry to say we don't have as many things in our math cabinet, but I'll show you what we have. We have these really cool new Poppets multiplication charts,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of fun. It's, you know, for sensory, but they can also use it to help them as they're trying to learn multiplication. We also got hundreds charts of those same things, but they're all checked out right now. But I used to teach math to little kids in elementary school. And so I really like the idea of using those as a game. Like if you use the hundreds chart ones, you could say, guess what number I'm thinking of, and they have to figure it out. And they could ask a question like, is it odd or even? And then if we say it's even, then they could pop out all of the odd ones and get rid of them, right? And start to lower it, lower the options of what the number is, and on, and ask you a question each time. So that's kind of fun. This is fun for kindergarten. This is magnetic counting maze. So the kids can learn to recognize that the number of gumballs matches the number here, and they've got to drag the gumballs into the gumball machines. So that's kind of fun. We've got magnetic fraction sets that teachers can use up on the whiteboard. And I know there's just little things in there that I think most of you guys have it. Yeah, most teachers have that kind of stuff. We have got geo boards when you're teaching about geometry and different shapes and polygons. So those are cool. I really like these. These are our magnetic apple fractions. These are great for little kids who are just learning about fractions. As you can see, these apples come apart. Like this one comes out into fourths, and then this one is in thirds. And I think this is great because I know when I was teaching math, little kids would have a hard time understanding the concept that 1/3 was more than 1/4, because of course 4 is higher than 3, right? But if you can show them, you know, this is 1/3 and that's why it's bigger, that's why it's more than 1/4. Just kind of fun hands-on stuff. We have this math mat challenge. It's something that you just set up on the floor. You can turn it on and it will ask the kids a question. You can choose number recognition, addition, or subtraction problems. And so it will say 3 + 4, and then the kids have to find the answer and jump on it. And so once they put their foot on it, then it will make a ding, like they got the right answer. But if they step on the wrong one, it's like, so anyway, so it's just kind of a fun game for kids to learn some basic math.
But what a great idea for teachers to be able to try something like this, to see
Yeah.
how they really like it, to see if they want to buy it for their classroom as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We have magnetiles. This is really popular. We take these to STEAM nights. Those are a lot of fun. And we have books that I put together to teach math concepts with the magnetiles. So you can talk to them about perimeter and area. You can talk to them about different polygons that they could make. Coming up with sorry, I'm not holding this very well. And then you can also challenge them to make different polyhedrons. And then here's examples of how to make those polyhedrons. Wow. And this is really great for 5th grade because 5th graders have to learn this kind of math anyways. Another fifth grade activity that I like that I put together is this perler bead map kit. And so we use perler beads to teach kids about X and Y coordinates, and we give them a mystery picture that they have to build, and we tell them what color and then the coordinates. And so they have to pick up the color of bead and set it onto the little plate to make it match. And at the end, oh, let's see if it's still here. I've checked this out a lot of times. I don't know if it's still
It's
there.
kind of like light bright.
Anyways, it's supposed to make a cute little popsicle with eyes. It's a cute little cartoon looking popsicle. So that's kind of fun. Then this stuff is more geology things. They don't really go with math, but I just didn't have room in
Right.
the other cabinet. But there's things like this, the mineral science kit, which might be fun to check out with the easy scopes, so that they can look at the minerals up close. All right.
Cool.
Okay, next we have our equipment cabinets. So there's a whole slew of things that we have that you can check out from us. Maybe you don't want to store things like this all the time. I'm going to open it.
Okay.
So we've got balances, we have scales, flashlights, thermometers, pulse oximeters. We've got hot plates, extension cords, compasses. There's all kinds of stuff in there.
What are
Well, it's
these?
good that you've got
Oh, shakers.
multiple.
Yeah, these are
too.
called orbital shakers. We, that's right. We use it as a shaker table for our earthquake kits.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then this cabinet has more science things. There's beakers, there's flasks, petri dishes, all kinds of stuff.
But
Graduated
how do they get these
cylinders.
back to you if they're consumables?
So if it's a consumable item, and the library will tell you, if it is consumable, then you keep it and you don't return it to us. So things like the petri dishes, we wouldn't take back. Things like these droppers, we wouldn't take back, or little plastic things like this. The glassware we would take back
Yeah.
and reuse again, but usually cheap plastic things like these centrifuge tubes, those are things that you could keep.
Cool.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just point out, we did get these 3D water molecule kits. So if you have like teachers who like things like that. Anyways, we do have these that they can check out as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can use that in my classroom.
Bringing back memories for Clint, who was a science teacher.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so at the end, we have our consumable cabinets. If you want to, I don't know, you can run it over that, and that way they know everything we have, because there's so much stuff.
And these are just all parts of kits. Or they could just get,
Or they can just require these things. Yeah, they can request these items if they want them.
And I don't expect you guys to read it that fast. You can just pause the video recording later on.
but they're all in that site that I showed you 2 weeks ago.
Right,
So if you go and search in that site, then you can get them in there too.
yeah. So definitely things like pipe cleaners, sidewalk chalk, pom-pom balls. We have popsicle sticks, little plastic bags, batteries. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
I want one of these.
Oh, that's the toddler cord. We break that out for Toddler Tuesday. And then, yeah, just more consumables there. And then let me show you, we've got lesson kits that we have over here. And I know that Chris showed you a lot of our lesson kits already, but this is kind of where we store them. We have 4 of each one. So we hope that we have enough to go around for all the different teachers that are borrowing from us. One of the lesson kits that I'm working on, hopefully we'll have it ready for next year, but it's supposed to have this potting soil and a grow light and some seeds and some other materials so that teachers can let the kids grow little plants in their classroom.
Very cool.
So is there a time limit for checking these out then? How long can they check these things out?
The
for?
automatic checkout is for 2 weeks. So yeah.
So something like this, would they get longer if they were doing the grow light?
Oh, so I mean, they would keep the materials like the potting soil and the seeds, but oh yeah, I guess with the growing, They could request more time. If you just email me, you can
Okay.
always request more time.
So these kits, they're a complete lesson, everything they need to do a lesson. They
That's
don't have
right.
And it's got the lesson plans in it. It's got everything they need.
Yes, and they align with the
And-
seed standards that have to be taught anyways.
You have that solar cars.
I know. I love the
Mhm.
solar cars kit. We also purchased these wind power kits to go with them. So that kids can build a small little wind turbine and then take it outside, and the wind turbine will charge a battery, and they can take that battery and use it to power a car. So it's really a fun way to teach them about alternative energy.
Very good.
Well, you've got a lot of resources for teachers here, Lynn. I think
We
it's awesome
do.
that you put these together. Do we have any questions for Lynn? I don't see anything in the chat.
Jeremy's shaking his head no.
No. I did too good of a job.
Not
There's no
even
question.
questions
Ben,
left.
huh? Ben's not gonna stump us.
Okay,
All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was great, Lynn, and we finished up right on the hour, so that was
Perfect.
perfect. So you guys know, now you know where the site is. You have a visual of everything that they have. And you know that we will do everything we can to get them up to you. It may take some organization. The best thing, if you're gonna order them and kind of do it in a group, so we can take a couple kits up at a time, would be helpful, but we'll get them up to you somehow, and get them back for you to be able to use. So take advantage of this awesome resource. Okay,
thanks, everybody.
Thank
thanks.
you.
What is the site again? Michelle asks.
So suu.edu/STEM will take you to our website, and then there will be a tab on the side that you can click on for the library. There's also a video that I made that you can watch that'll show you how to use our website, because Key Reserve is a little bit tricky. So if you'll just watch that video first, you'll learn how to check out multiple items in the same loan instead of doing 16 different loans. That's what I had someone do yesterday. And so it's a little crazy making when there's a ton of orders all for the same person at the same time. There's just an easy way to combine it all. So
And Michelle, I'm sure Clint will send out the links for this. And
Whatever you give me, I will send out.
yes, I'll send Clint the links, and then when he sends out the link for the roll and everything else, we'll send that when we
Yeah.
get back to the office.
Yeah, just make sure you guys email me. I didn't give you a roll sheet today,
Yeah.
so email us, and then
Yeah.
whoever sends me an email will give you the Midas credit, and we'll send you all the links.
So let me put
that you'll need
Clint's
for the day.
email in here for anybody that's new.
It's CLINT at
Put it in the chat.
SEDCK12.org. But Chris will put it in the chat, because I can't see the chat from here. Okay. Anything else, guys?
that's it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks so much, Lynn, for this
Yeah.
great service.
Yeah, we
and
appreciate
for
it.
taking the time to share it.
I appreciate you guys sharing what we've got going on.
Okay,
And I'll get this recording posted to our YouTube playlist as soon as I can.
okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.